The descent from Little Switzerland towards Woodlawn on 226A, affectionately named the Diamondback, isn't a ride you just go on. It's a 12-mile wrestling match with the mountain that demands every bit of your peripheral vision, focus, and skill. Joining me today were friends Patrick, George, and Jeffrey, each with different bikes and different experiences, all with the same goal in mind: conquer this fabled road. As expected, we encountered other riders attempting to conquer this route. We rode together for a while, carving through the mountainside as if we were all part of the same group. Patrick took the lead as we dropped off the ridge, and I watched his taillight immediately begin that rhythmic, violent, side-to-side dance. The air temperature plummeted as we dipped into the shadows of the gorge, bringing with it the heavy scent of damp earth, crushed pine needles, and curing asphalt. The road didn't offer a warm-up. It immediately started trying to tie itself in knots. In the first few sections, I slotted in behind Jeffrey's rear tire. I was holding the sweep, George settling in between, and our headlights banking hard, left, then right, in a synchronized strobe as we hit the first series of hairpins. The Diamondback is a different beast than the sweeping, high-speed curves of the Parkway. It's technical, steep, and punishing. Following Patrick, I watched how he picked his entry points, his bike nosediving as he squeezed the binders hard going into those descending switchbacks. I mirrored his lines, feeling my own suspension compress under the load. At times, the lean angle was so aggressive it felt like I could reach out and touch the moss-covered rock faces that line the inside of the curves. You don't just steer on 226A, you use your whole body to persuade the bike to stay on the blacktop. During the descent, there was zero chatter over the comms. When you're navigating nearly 200 turns packed into such a short stretch of vertical drop, there's no room for small talk. You just breathe, shift, and lean. I kept my ears tuned to the bikes. I'd hear the sharp, metallic snap of Jeffrey downshifting, followed by the roar of his exhaust as he powered out of an apex. All the while, I was doing the same, hearing the echo of our engines bouncing off the steep embankments around us like a mechanical heartbeat. About halfway down, near the tightest serpentine sections, we hit that elusive flow state. It's that rare moment where the conscious mind shuts up and the bike becomes an extension of your own nervous system. I stopped thinking about the controls and just reacted to the physics. I watched Jeffrey tap the brakes deep into a kink, his bike smooth as silk for a fraction of a second before he'd roll onto the throttle and snap into another curve. I followed his lead, feeling the tires bite into the asphalt, the G-forces pushing us into the seats as the bike stood back up in unison. I checked my mirrors ahead of the next series of curves. We were moving like a single kinetic chain, carving through the shifting shadows of the deep hardwoods. As we finally began to reach the end, the road started to straighten its back. The aggressive stomach-churning hairpins gave way to gentle, rolling curves that let us finally sit upright and shake out the cramped hands. My forearms were still tight from the constant clutch work, and my heart was thumping in a heavy rhythm against my ribs. Patrick signaled and pulled off onto a gravel shoulder to let the bikes and our own adrenaline levels cool down. I flipped the kickstand down and snapped up my visor, the sudden silence of the forest feeling heavy after the roar of the run. The first thing I saw was the grin on Patrick's face as he looked back at us, followed by George and Jeffrey's nod of pure adrenaline-fueled approval. We didn't even have to say anything. We just stood there for a few minutes in the quiet, listening to the engines ping and tick as the metal contracted in the cool valley air, knowing that we had just survived one of the most demanding strips of pavement in the Blue Ridge. We all agreed this was one amazing ride. We were ready to do it again, in the opposite direction. Thanks for watching, take care and be safe, and I will see you out there in America on two wheels.